The Hamilton County Sheriff says if the county's proposed budget for next year goes through as is, it could mean hundreds of jail inmates will be released, 2 floors of the jail closed, and 31 road patrol deputies laid off. And there's more. The cuts would hit departments across the county. But there aren't a lot of choices, apparently. Local 12's Rich Jaffe has a look at the cost of the cuts and at least one possible solution. Rich.
Rob, the county commissioners hope to pass next year's budget on November 24th, but they have a long way to go. They have basically 2 budget possibilities, and they're $10 million apart. If they can't come up with a funding source fast, the axe is going to fall. The Hamilton County Commissioners have about 2 weeks to hit the calculator hard. Today, to some degree, all 3 commissioners discussed their suggestions for how to fix the 2015 budget problem. They're trying to come up with what the county administrator calls a right-sized budget for the county. The budget, with lots of built-in county cuts, is just over $200 million. Commissioner Todd Portune, though, is proposing a 0.25% sales tax increase for 5 years that would add $10 million to the county coffers.
The sales tax is generated 50% roughly from individuals who do not reside in Hamilton County. So from a county taxpayer's perspective, while the sales tax is going up, the county taxpayer's burden remains the same.
Tax hike is only 25 cents for every $100 you spend in the county. It's exactly the same amount the sales tax just went up to pay for improvements at the museum center. Without the additional revenue, county departments will all take a hit. The biggest cuts coming from the biggest budget, the sheriff's department.
About the human resource and the personnel that's needed for us to carry out our mission. And our mission in maintaining the peace in Hamilton County, our mission in staffing the jails, our mission of providing court services and the civil process.
The sales tax would mean $3.5 million to the sheriff's department. Without it, among other things, road patrols would be cut, all medium and minimum security jail inmates would be released, and 2 entire floors of the jail closed.
The only thing left would be cutting out administration and supervisors and our criminal investigation section and things of that nature. There's no room left for any cuts. We've made cuts, again, I describe it as cuts into the bone, and there's no more bleeding. That's over with. They're cutting deeper than that.
It's really important to point out that every department in the county is potentially looking at cuts. One of the other big issues is the proposed crime lab and a replacement for the coroner's office that's supposed to take place at Mercy Hospital in Mount Airy. The issue here is simple. The county is simply not making enough money to pay for everything. The answer, though, a little more complex. How to turn that around. Rob?
So 2 questions. How did we get into this mess to begin with? Why don't they have enough money now? Didn't we see this coming? And didn't we just go through this?
We absolutely did go through it. In fact, we've been going through it over and over again. It's an annual event, whether it's the county or the city, pretty much. The problem for the county, though, is that they went through really draconian cuts back in 2009. The sheriff's office alone back then lost $20 million out of its budget, and they've been trying to recover from that ever since. And a lot of other county departments have been underwater pretty much, and they've been putting off, paying Peter and stealing from Paul for the last few years. Now it's all catching up to people. The sheriff says he doesn't need that kind of money anymore. He's much leaner than that department has ever been, but he does need a little bit more than he's being offered.
For perspective, tell me, I know you told me this earlier, but how much did the sheriff used to get compared to what he's getting now?
Well, back in 2009, he was getting an additional $20 million in his budget. They've been cut and cut and cut, and they're getting really efficient at it, at surviving under those cuts. But right now, he says he actually needs about $9 million more than he's being offered.
Rich Jaffe, thanks very much. The commissioners will be meeting next Monday to discuss their individual proposals. A public meeting is scheduled for next Wednesday. If you'd like to look at what they're proposing, each commissioner's plan is supposed to be going up on their website tomorrow morning. And for a look at them, the administrators' proposed budgets, you can go to our website at local12.com, click on the Get It button. That'll take you where you need to be.